guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a fully drugstore video. I was just taking a look at my videos just to see what I haven't done in a long time, and a drugstore makeup tutorial, it's been months since I've done one and it's super overdue. There are a lot of good low-cost makeup now, so I need to do these more often. All of the products that I used in this video will be in the description box if you are intrigued by anything. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, as well as turn on the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. And if you would like to see how I got this fully drugstore makeup look, then just keep on watching. So everything is going to be fully drugstore except my moisturizer and the brushes that I'm going to be using. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get that out the way. I am using the Drunk Elephant moisturizer. I'll leave it down below just in case you want to try it out, even though it's not drugstore pricing. Okay, so now on to drugstore products. I'm going to be starting off with the CoverGirl Vitalist Go Glow Luminizing Lotion. Now you can use this in place of your moisturizer because this is a moisturizer, but definitely depending on your skin type, you can give it a try to see if you like the way that it moisturizes. I think this product is really beautiful to wear on its own as well as right before makeup. So that's the reason why I'm applying it now. And I use the shade Daybreak and just makes your skin look so pretty. And it's very moisturizing. So skin prep is very important before you apply your makeup because it gives a base for your foundation and powders to sit on top of. It's different now. Makeup used to be to where you concealed certain areas, you made your lashes longer, you put on blush. Those products really didn't have skincare ingredients. Now it's a little different, but I still think that it's very important for you to apply that. You want to make sure that you're treating the areas that are maybe your imperfections, things that you're insecure about, or things that you wish were different, so you can one day feel like you don't have to wear makeup and it'll just be for fun after that. So make sure that your skincare routine is something that's for your skin, and your skin prep, your primers is something that is for your skin type. So I would say go to either a dermatologist if you have really bad problems, or you could just go to Sephora and let them know about your skin type and things that you want to fix, and then they can give you a list of products that should help. And then it's a trial and error after that. You just try products to see if your skin gets better, and if it gets worse, you throw it out. Basically, skincare is very important. For foundation, I'm going to be using the REVLON INSTA-FILTER foundation. I have this in the shade Caramel. And this is a really nice foundation. It is a little bit pricey though, but it is a really nice foundation, and it looks weird because I took the sponge off. You probably have seen it with the sponge. I took that off. And yeah, I really like this foundation. I think it gives you a really beautiful finish. The INSTA-FILTER is true. It does look like you're wearing a filter on your face when you wear this foundation. So you just want to give it a really nice shake before you apply it. And that's with every foundation typically. It also wears really nice if you have oily skin and then you powder as well. It lasts pretty long throughout the day. Okay, and then the base is on now. So now I'm going to add concealer. I'm going to be mixing two concealers today just for the shade. So I'm going to be using the NYX HD concealers. This one is in the shade Tan and this one is medium, and I'm gonna mix them together. You see this one is tan and it pretty much blends in with my skin, and I want a little bit of highlight, so I'm just adding a little bit of medium after I get down the tan shade. This concealer is really good as well. Reminds me like of a high-end concealer, maybe a little bit more coverage than the Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer, but not as thick as the All Nighter concealer from Urban Decay. So like right in the middle. So I'm just patting this in. Okay, so for powder, I'm going to use a powder that I haven't used in a long time. So hopefully, cross our fingers, that it doesn't look cakey or anything crazy. But I'm using the Coty Airspun powder, and I'm actually using the shade Honey Beige. I have no idea. I don't remember what this powder looks like. Whoa, it just went everywhere. Please don't go on my coffee. I do remember the smell though. Smells like grandma. but actually not my grandma. It doesn't smell like my grandma, but it smells like a grandma scent. That's weird though. Like, how do I know it's a grandma scent? I don't know. It's just a grandma scent. I don't know. So let's apply it. Oh no, that looks good. No worries. This looks really good. And this is cheap too. I see this at Walmart. They now have a stand for this, or at least at my local Walmart, they have a stand for Airspun powder. But the smell is strong. So if you're not into scents and you have like a sensitivity to fragrance, this ain't gonna be the one for you. I would definitely recommend the CoverGirl Loose powder. This is pretty much my favorite translucent powder. Drugstore and high-end, this is one of my favorite powders. I use the one in the shade Translucent Medium. So if you don't like strong scents, I mean, this does have a scent. Don't get me wrong, it does have a scent, but it's just not as strong as the Airspun powder. So you may have better luck with that one. And I actually don't know if this powder has flashback. I know this foundation has flashback, if I remember correctly. I'll leave my review in one of these corners for the Revlon foundation. I did review it and I'm pretty sure it does have flashback. So for brows, I'm going to use the CoverGirl ultrafine or microfine brow pencil. I did a tutorial in my previous video, just a mini tutorial. So if you want to see how to do my brows, then it'll be in my previous video. So I'm thinking it's the powder that I used underneath my brow area. The reason why this brow product isn't as dark as it normally is pulling a bit gray green. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the powder because it normally doesn't look like this. But we're moving on. I'm going to prime my eyelids with the CoverGirl Lid Lock Up. This is a clear eye base. It's just gonna help your eyeshadow stick on a lot better. Even though the brushes that I'm using aren't drugstore, I'm still gonna have them in the description box just in case you want to try them out. So for the eye look, I'm going to be doing a mixture of the CoverGirl Katy Cat palette. This one is in Hot Cat, and then the NYX Lid Lingerie palette. So this one is filled with matte shadows. This has a few mattes and shimmers. That's why I'm using this. So we're gonna see how this eye look goes. I don't have a plan. So I'm just starting with this shade right here. And I think I'm gonna mix in just a tad bit of this because I want a lighter transition color. And this shadow palette is pigmented, so be careful. Now I'm going to go in with this shade and apply this to my outer corner. And then in the waterline, I'm going to go in with the Essence Kajal pencil. And this actually is from Ulta, but it was $1 and something. So it's considered drugstore, but I don't know if Essence is available. It may be available at Walmart. I'm not sure. If you know for sure, definitely leave it in the comments so other people can know. And I'm applying this to the waterline as well as the lash line. And then before it dries, I'm going to blend it out with a brush. And I'm gonna keep building it up until I get the intensity that I want. So on the lid, I'm going to take the Pink Cat on my eyelid because I just did a gold look, so we're gonna do rose gold. Not that much different, but it's different. Yay. And this is drugstore. This is so good. Awesome. It's not a see-through shimmer. It's very pigmented. It goes on really well. This is the palette to get. And the shimmer is smooth too. It's like I'm just putting butter on my eyelid. Go CoverGirl, woo! Then I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the darker shade back into the outer V. I mean, that's like a high-end shadow to me. I'm super excited. So I'm also going to try out this black right here on my lower lash line. If you can tell, I'm doing the smoked out lower lash line look. So I'm just gonna pat this close to the lash line. This is gonna set the eyeliner in place. Oops, I picked up the rose gold on accident. I'm kind of winging it out as well. Now for lashes, I'm going to use the Eylure 128 lashes. You can get these from Ulta, and this is what they look like. These are some of my favorite lashes. They add drama to the look. So I bought a new duo lash glue, but I just can't let the old one go, even though it's like barely any left in here, but I just keep scraping the sides before I get started on the new one. So while we're waiting on the lash glue to get tacky, oh, and by the way, that lash glue you can get at Walmart. It's the brush-on adhesive, or Walmart or Target or Sally's, even Walgreens, just wherever they sell drugstore makeup, you should be able to find the duo lash glue, and that's pretty much my favorite one, the brush on. So while we're waiting on the glue to get a little tacky, I'm going to apply the CoverGirl Peacock Flare Mascara. The only downside is that the shimmer shadow does have fallout, so you may want to do your eyes first if you decide to pick up this palette. So now we're going to go in with the mascara again and just tap right at the base. Oh, and by the way, this mascara isn't my favorite mascara. I don't think it makes my lashes super long. It just kind of makes them black. Like, it doesn't make them long, and it doesn't really voluminize. Is that a word? It doesn't really make them voluminous. So based on what I have currently, I mean, this can change, especially if you're watching this 6 months from now. But currently, I'm really liking the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior, but I wanted to give this another try. I like this a lot better. And both of those you can find at the drugstore. Even if you still want to give this a try, you definitely can. This is at Walmart. Okay, for the bronzer, I'm not using anything new. I'm sorry. I'm using the NYX Matte Bronzer. Pretty much my favorite. Holy grail, hands down. If I had to only use one bronzer for the rest of my life, it would be this one. And then to do a little bit of brightening underneath my eyes, I'm going to use the NYX HD Finishing Powder. I don't know if this is gonna brighten me, but I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna brighten me. Now for blush. So I'm going to use, let's see, what will match the eyes? Probably this one. We'll do this one today. And this is the e.l.f. Dark Blush Palette. And then for highlight, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in the shade Rose Gold. It'll go really good with the eye look today. This highlighter is a blinding highlight. I'm gonna also take this in the inner corner of my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and spray to set my face. I'm using the CoverGirl Look Lockup All Day Setting Mist. Okay, for the lips, I'm going to line my lips with NYX Espresso Lip Pencil. And then for the lip color, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Dreamer. I think we should add just a little bit of gloss. So I'm going to use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up, and I promise I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.